Here is something that is going to mess with your head a little. Mosquitoes have been killing humans for hundreds of thousands of years, through all of ancient Egypt, through Greece, through the entire Middle Ages. They wiped out armies, they killed kings, they changed the course of wars. They were basically undefeated in their own minds, and for almost all of that time, nobody suspected the mosquito, not even slightly. We are going to get into all of that. But first, let's establish just how bad things actually were for ancient humans. Because, spoiler, it was significantly worse than your last camping trip. Today, you have DEET, mosquito nets, a ceiling between you and the night sky. Ancient humans had none of that. None. They slept in the open, or in basic shelters, right next to rivers and forests, which is essentially a 5-star resort for mosquitoes. And here's the part that really stings. Early humans didn't just live near mosquitoes. They evolved in sub-Saharan Africa. Hot, humid, dense with vegetation and standing water. Like biologically optimized mosquito territory. If you sat down and designed the perfect environment to maximize human mosquito contact, you'd basically describe where humanity was born. Humanity really spawned directly into hard mode. Now, quick biology. There are around 3,500 species of mosquito. 3,500. Humanity really got the deluxe nightmare package. Only the females bite. They need blood to develop their eggs. The males? Oh, the males are basically useless. They just drink flower nectar, find a mate, and die. That is their entire character arc. The female lives 2 to 8 weeks, long enough to ruin your evening. Repeatedly. Ancient humans dealt with this every single night of their lives, with zero protection, and zero idea what was happening. Basically just lying there getting farmed like unattended XP. But here is where it gets genuinely dark. The biting, the itching. That was actually the least of their problems. What the mosquito was quietly doing on the side was something humans somehow failed to figure out for an almost embarrassing amount of time. Malaria, yellow fever, dengue. These diseases were tearing through ancient human populations on a massive scale. And for thousands of years, people looked at the swamps, felt the warm, wet air, and concluded it must be the air, bad air, rising from the swamp. Humanity looked at the one thing actively stabbing them and blamed the atmosphere. They even named a disease after it. Malaria, from the medieval Italian mala aria, bad air. The mosquito was right there, biting everyone, and it was completely off the suspect list, like the world's worst detective episode. Now, here is a number worth pausing on. Historian Timothy Weingard, in his book The Mosquito, makes the case that mosquito-borne diseases may have killed close to half of all humans who have ever lived on this planet. Half of everyone. Ever. And for most of that time, we blamed the air. The diseases were so relentless, so consistent, that they literally changed human DNA. Sickle cell trait, G6PD deficiency. These are genetic blood conditions far more common in populations from Africa, the Mediterranean, and South Asia, all regions where malaria was historically heaviest. They exist because they offer partial protection against malaria, meaning malaria killed so many people for so long that the humans who happened to carry a certain blood mutation survived slightly more often, had more children, and passed it on. The mosquito was reshaping the human genome, while nobody even knew it was the mosquito. That is an insane sentence, by the way. A tiny flying needle basically forced humanity into a balance patch update. So when did someone finally look at a mosquito and say, wait, it's you! It has been you this entire time. The answer is going to make you feel something. Not ancient times, not the Renaissance, not even the early industrial era. Like, what were we doing, man? Humanity had people calculating planetary motion, building massive empires, inventing advanced mathematics. Meanwhile, the mosquito was over there committing biological war crimes completely unsupervised, and nobody connected the dots. Nobody. Until 1897. A British doctor named Ronald Ross, working in India, became the first person to prove that mosquitoes transmit malaria. He did it by dissecting infected mosquitoes and finding malaria parasites living inside them. And honestly, that must have been a horrifying little microscope moment. Like imagine finally looking inside the mosquito and realizing, oh, this thing is evil. He won the Nobel Prize for it in 1902. Your great-great-grandparents were alive when humanity finally figured this out. That is very recent, man. For context, ancient Egyptians were already sleeping under fine linen mosquito nets more than 3,000 years ago. The Greek historian Herodotus actually wrote about Egyptian fishermen using their nets at night for protection. They had the right tool. For completely the wrong reason, they thought the nets were blocking bad air. So what did ancient humans actually do? Without knowing the real enemy, they still stumbled into some surprisingly effective defenses. Fire and smoke were probably the oldest methods. People noticed that sitting near a fire kept mosquitoes away. Over time, certain groups began burning specific plants that produced stronger repellent smoke. They had basically invented the mosquito coil. They likely thought it was keeping evil spirits away. Mud and animal fat smeared on the skin as a physical barrier. Imagine trying to sleep covered in mud and melted animal grease because the sky keeps attacking you. Ancient humans were going through it, man. Some animal fats mixed with strong-smelling plant extracts worked reasonably well. Again, completely by accident. Smarter civilizations built on high ground, away from still water. The Romans eventually began draining swamps near their cities, not because they suspected mosquitoes, but because swamps smelled bad and they assumed that was the problem. They accidentally eliminated mosquito breeding grounds while trying to fix an air quality issue. Thank God! Humanity spent thousands of years solving mosquito problems by pure coincidence. So, yes, mosquitoes were absolutely a pain in the ass for ancient humans. A significantly bigger pain than they are today, because today we at least know what we are dealing with. For most of human history, the single deadliest creature on Earth was just out there every night, completely above suspicion. Tonight, somewhere, a female mosquito will land on someone without them feeling it, take what she needs, and fly away to lay her eggs. And somewhere, a male mosquito will find its love, just to end its miserable life. To be honest, I kind of feel bad for the poor thing. Do subscribe to me.